Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Gateway Psychic here at your service, making the universe a better place with positive karmic energy. Let's go. So, for all my new viewers out there, just know that I am a real psychic. I don't edit my voice clips or anything like that together to prove that I'm a psychic and to set a good example out there that it's okay to be yourself. This is how people talk in real life. You don't have to edit shit to be yourself. And that being said, I also swear a lot. So if you hear me swearing, just know that I'm not a bad person. I love Paris Hilton. I tell all my girlfriends I fucking love Paris Hilton. So what's wrong with swearing? Swearing is a good thing, in my opinion. So that being said, this video is going to be about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. So sorry about the squeaking noise in the background. I'm literally sitting on my computer chair. See, that's it. So yeah, I wasn't really gonna do a reading about this like 2 weeks ago because holy shit, this fucking like case literally has been one of the most like documented breakup cases throughout like history, like in the celebrity realm. Like I can't think of like a breakup divorce between two celebrity couples that was more famous than this, other than Brad and Angelina. Like with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, when they broke up, because they had like a really big family. They had like Maddox, which they adopted from Cambodia, and then they adopted the Chinese kid. I think his name was Tan or Pan, which you don't really hear about him anymore. Like you always hear about Maddox because Maddox was the first one, so he's like the number one. But then they had like their own biological kids. They had Shiloh, Jolie Pitt, and then they had like the twins, I think. So it was a fraternal twin, boy and girl. So and then when they had like their whole family and everything was like set in stone for them, like they seemed like the perfect couple, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They made Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was like a box office hit, and then after that they started dating, and then they became like Hollywood's it couple, and then like they ended up breaking up, like even after they had like 3 biological kids and adopted 2 kids together. Like that's like really crazy to me. So and then that got a lot of like publicity in the public eye. I mean, that was like 10 years ago. So this is like a new era where it's like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, which I feel like I'm the only person in the world who has not seen a single Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like, I understand they're like really big hits. Like, they're big because I remember when they came out, like, because Legolas, the dude who plays Legolas in Lord of the Rings, Orlando Bloom, like, I remember watching Lord of the Rings because I'm into Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings made like 300 million to like 400 million dollars in the box office, and then like after Lord of the Rings came out, Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and then Pirates of the Caribbean had Legolas in it as well. So that's the only reason why I was interested in Legolas, and also like I remember Pirates of the Caribbean making like just as much as Lord of the Rings. So like I said, Lord of the Rings made like throughout the series of Lord of the Rings, it made like there's like 4 series. I know that the last one was Return of the King, and that one won like Best Picture, which it was well deserved because that was an amazing movie. And then I remember Pirates of the Caribbean like came out after, and then like Pirates of the Caribbean made like $400 million, and I was like, what is this movie like? Everybody knows The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but like with Pirates of the Caribbean, like nobody really knows what that is. But then it still made like as much as Lord of the Rings did, and like Legolas and Orlando Bloom was in it as well. So that was like the only interesting thing that I loved about Pirates of the Caribbean was that Legolas, Orlando Bloom was in it as well. So, but I didn't watch the movie, and that was solely because like Johnny Depp, like I knew nothing about him at the time, and I still know nothing about him at the time because just his personality, something about him just seems like very, very basic and typical straight douchey white guy to me. And I'm sure that if I got to watch Pirates of the Caribbean and know Johnny Depp's personality, I would probably like him, but I don't think so because like that movie was created a long time ago, and society as a culture has changed a lot since that movie has came out. Like society now is completely different than society before. Johnny Depp, he's like he's getting up there in age. So back when he was casted for the original Pirates of the Caribbean, I think he was like in his like mid 30s to like late 30s, and now that was like 10, 40 years. It's not 40, 10 to like 12 years ago. So he's probably like almost 50 now. Or maybe he's like 60. I don't know. But he's getting up there in age, and I've always like felt like every time I watched Johnny Depp or looked at him, I always just felt like this like privileged, like douchey white guy behavior who thinks that he can do anything he wants. Typical like douchey straight white guy. He reminds me of like Ben Affleck. Because you know Ben Affleck, he has like that douchey straight white guy behavior where he thinks that he can do anything he wants. Like when he's getting paparazzi by paparazzi. He always treats the paparazzi like shit, even though he purposely puts himself into the situation so that he can get attention. But then he'll like shoo the paparazzi away, acting as if like he's better than the paparazzi. I call it like the typical white straight man douchey syndrome, where they think that they can do anything they want and treat people like shit. So like him and Johnny Depp are very similar to me. So when I heard about this news, like I really didn't care because I don't care about Johnny Depp, and Amber Heard is just his much younger girlfriend who like I don't care about either, who I just thought was like a gold digger, and lo and behold, I was right because okay, so I did research about this before I made this video because literally I knew nothing about their relationship, and I never make videos about something without doing research. So based off the research that I made, or not made, but listened and watched and read online. So basically, they got divorced in either 2016 or 2018, which was surprising to me because I thought that they were still married like as of now, but like they were just going through a nasty divorce right now, and that's why they're in court. But apparently they've been broken up since 2016 or 2018. So yeah, they're divorced, and Amber Heard is very, very young. Even though Amber Heard looks much older than she is, she's actually very, very, very young. So she was born in 1986, which makes her, hold on, let me do math, 1 second. So she's literally turning 36 this year. So she's 35, turning 36 this year. And I thought she was like 45. She looks a lot older than what she is. But regardless, 1986 compared to Johnny Depp, who's like, I think he was born in like, I have no idea. Like I said, he's probably like 50 years old. So he dated her when she was like really young, like ever since like before 2016, I think. So she was probably like only 29 and he was like 50, which, you know, people say that that's okay. Like in Hollywood and in real life, it's normal for like a woman in like her late 20s to date like a man in his like late stages in life, like 50s, 60s, even like 80s. I'm like, I don't think that that's okay. I've never thought that that was okay. Just because like the woman is a fully grown adult woman at 29, like that's still a lot younger than like 50 or like 60. Like I don't understand why, especially like white men in particular, but like straight men, like elderly men, like in their 40s, 30s, 50s, 60s, they always like think it's okay to date like a young girl in her like 20s and go out in public with her, fine and diner or whatever it's called, and just like, you know, act as if like he's doing nothing wrong and he's not creepy. When in reality, I've always thought that was creepy, and I still do. And that's why like in this case, like I don't really respect Johnny Depp, because even though I know nothing about Amber Heard, just the fact that like he's done all the shit that he's done, especially like in the fame and spotlight, like when you're a successful actor, you have a responsibility no matter what to set a good example to your fans. What example are you setting out? You being like a fucking 50-year-old man like marrying like a 25-year-old woman, that's like gross. Why don't you marry a woman your own age? Like I understand like, yeah, like 50-year-old women aren't like attractive as like 25-year-old women, but at the same time it's like, hello, like you think that looks are gonna last forever? No, like your soul, your personality, your consciousness, that shit lasts forever. So it's about the connection that you make, not about the physical appearance. And that's what I hate about like white men in particular, and not just white men, like a lot of men in general, but like it's mostly white men who do this. Let's be real and honest here. And I'm not like racist against white men or anything like that. I know a lot of cool white men, so don't even try it. But I'm just like speaking the truth, and the truth hurts. And the truth is that it's like white men are like really, really like gross. They think that they can do anything they want, and no, they can't. Like it's just they're delusional. They have like the biggest egos ever, and so Johnny Depp, like, and Amber Heard, if I had to pick whose side am I on, this is hard. Like, I knew, like, making this video, like, I would have to pick because I'm an honest, loyal person, and all the videos that I create, I always pick a side because I'm, like, the type of person, and I explained this in my previous videos in the past, that, like, I'm either, like, you're the ride or die. Like, I'm not, like, neutral. I'm never neutral. I'm always picking one side or the other because I feel like that's how you're supposed to be in life. Like I hate people who are fake and say, "Oh yeah, I'm neutral, I'm neutral." No, it's either one side or the other. Pick one. So, because I know that Amber Heard, she's not like perfect. She's not perfect. I know that she does have caring tendencies about her. So, okay, hold on. So let me just explain everything that I know. So basically, they got a divorce because they weren't getting along, and then after they got a divorce, Amber Heard went on like a bunch of like radio talk shows and like news articles, and like talking shit about Johnny Depp and accusing Johnny Depp of being like a woman beater and like abusing her and physically and mentally, which is never okay. And because of that, Johnny Depp apparently got fired from like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, which I didn't know about. Like I thought he was still a part of it. Like, but apparently he got fired from it, and then he got like a lot of bad press about him. So that he's like countersuing Amber Heard because he's doing something. He's countersuing her for defamation, if I'm correct. So what that means is that defamation means that someone is falsely accusing someone of doing something that they didn't do. So basically like a Karen. So like Karens always accuse people of color for being bad people, and accusing people of color to do like criminal activity when the people of color didn't do nothing at all. So the racist Karens are being like racist Karen fucking cunt. Like that's what Amber Heard is. But there is proof that Johnny Depp does have like violent behavior, and it's already gross enough that he like married like a much younger like woman. So if he's like beating her, that's really, 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 really fucked up. So regardless if she is being a Karen or not, if she's telling the truth, like that's not acceptable. So if Amber Heard is telling the truth, then yes, I'm on Amber Heard's side. But she does have, like I said, Karen tendencies, and Karens never win. So I don't want to, give my vote to Amber Heard for supporting her in this situation if, Johnny Depp is actually being correct, because, I don't want to support a fucking Karen. But at the same time, it's like, it's honestly like picking between two fucking evils, like a Karen or like a fucking, there's a fucking term for like a male version of a Karen. I think it's called a Ken or like a Chad. I don't know. Karen and Ken or something like that. I don't know. But that's what Johnny Depp is. I'm sorry. Like there's just something that's weird about him. So I don't know if like who's right or not. Like did Johnny Depp actually physically and mentally abuse Amber Heard? If that's the case, then like I said, I'm on Amber Heard's side. So like this is like why we need like psychic channels on YouTube to give people guidance. So for me, I'm gonna use my psychic skills right now. So I always like before I make a video, I always have like a pen and paper and I write down notes. So like throughout the video, I've always been like looking down my notes. So I did write a couple of notes, and I think that Amber Heard is telling the truth. I think that Johnny Depp did like mentally and physically abuse her, but I don't think that Johnny like actually like physically abused her like to the extreme that she's like claiming him to have done. I think he did like hit her like or not mentally, but I think he did hit her physically with like his hands and stuff like that, like slapped her, maybe punched her. But I don't think it was as extreme as Amber is making it out to be. But regardless, you never hit a woman, especially your wife. That's just unacceptable. So, I do feel like Amber isn't really being a Karen because I feel like she does have evidence of Johnny, like, yelling at her, talking to her in a degrading way. And the fact that he like married her when she was like much younger than him, like that's really, really gross. So honestly, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I think that I'm gonna be on Amber Heard's side. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not rooting for Amber Heard to win. Like I said, it's like it's picking between like two evils. But if you had to pick one, like the lesser of the evil, I think it would be Amber Heard. So I'm so sorry for all the Johnny Depp fans out there, but like you guys need to like get a better role model because why look up to a guy who's like 50 years old dating and marrying a girl who, at the time who was like only 25 and like apparently he like hit her and like there's like this other situation where like I was watching a bunch of videos about this case and they were talking about like silly situations about fucking poop. So basically there was a situation where like Amber, she like threw poop on Johnny's bed or something like that. And Johnny was like so fucking grossed out that he brought that into the fucking court. And I'm like, okay, like why does like poop, like throwing poop on someone's bed have to do with fucking your divorce? Like, and this case, like, can we just not talk about poop? That's fucking disgusting and gross. Like, why, Johnny? Why? But yeah, that was shocking to me. And apparently that was like really, really big in this case. I don't know fucking why. And then also, there's a situation where like Amber almost like cut Johnny's finger off, but I think Johnny still has his fucking finger. Johnny Depp fans will like literally make up the craziest shit to like defend him to like try to make sure that he wins. So they're saying that allegedly Amber Heard chopped off Johnny Depp's finger. But if that was the fucking case, then Johnny Depp would have a fucking missing finger. But he still has his fucking finger. So no, she didn't fucking chop off his fucking finger if his finger is still there. So like there's literally people saying that like, oh yeah, he has no finger because Amber chopped it off. They're literally, and this is what I hate about men in general, especially straight men, is when they get together, they bond together, they go to disgusting strip clubs and stuff like that and degrade women. And then like when they get into a fight with their wife, like Amber Heard, they'll still like bond with their buddies and like try to like degrade their wife. And it's just crazy how like men will like always stick up for each other even when they know that they're doing nasty shit. So I honestly hope Amber Heard gets justice served to her. Like there's a lot of rumors saying that she's going to win, and it's so crazy because like everybody like this, like I said, like this has been in the news for like the past 2 weeks. Every person that's making a video on YouTube literally is getting like 3 million views on it, which is crazy. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. Like, I don't even care about them, but I want fucking views. So I'm going to make this video and share my opinion. So I did research about it and I'm making this video now. And the case is still going on. And, you know, my prediction is that unfortunately, I think that Johnny Depp is going to win the case. Which sucks because he is in like the public eye, and I think that the courts are just like looking to the public for support. So I think that they're gonna like just go with the public and allow Johnny to win this court case, which sucks because I honestly think that he deserves to lose. So whatever. Karma is real. As long as you're like doing good things in the world, that's all that matters. And I know that I'm like spreading positivity in the world, so I don't even care if Johnny wins or not. But like I said, like this is just like a battle between like two evils, and I'm just picking between the lesser of the evil, and that's Amber. So regardless if Amber loses, she's still evil. Like she still has Karen tendencies, and I don't like that. So whatever, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm just making this video sharing my opinion. So yeah, subscribe if you want positive karmic justice for the world, and if you want happiness and love and light, and you want to see bad people put in their place. That's what I'm about. I like putting bad people in their place. So subscribe and peace out.